Hi and welcome. Welcome to our Getting Started Right call for July. I am Amy. I am the CEO of Team Sweaty Lovely Life, and I am so excited to share with you guys all of my best advice and best practices for how to get you started off on the right foot in this business, in your journey, and so that you can be your most successful. With that said, you are going to hear a ton of information. I remember when I first started coaching that I was just completely overwhelmed with the amount of information that was available to me. Everything about coaching has been a new experience for me. And that's the beauty of coaching, is that we all come into this with different backgrounds, different strengths, different weaknesses, different insecurities, different just circumstances of where we're at in life. And you have to understand that that is your gift. That is your story. That is your meat and potatoes. That is what is going to make you an amazing coach in your own specific way, is that you are not like anybody else. And something that you need to understand before I get into any of this is that success does not happen overnight. Not in your health and fitness, not in your career, not in this business, not, if this is something that you want to become your career, any venture in life, your marriage, your, building a house, or, just any project that you can possibly imagine, nothing happens overnight. So you just have to go into it knowing that you feeling discomfort is 100% normal. And if you can just know and know that you are going to have to lean into that discomfort over and over and over again, and know that that means that you're on the right path, then you are already golden. You are already set. You are already bound and determined to reach that ultimate goal at the end. Because discomfort is just a sign of the process. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to get right into it. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so welcome, like I said, to the Sweaty Lovely Life Project. And first things first, let me get my screen working. All right. Your most important job, you guys, is to work on you. Number one job. I don't know any job in the world that your number one job is to work on you. Not even as a nurse in healthcare is my job to work on myself. My job is to constantly just pour into others. The reason that I fell in love with coaching community is because I saw the fact that this was all centered around me being my best me, and how me being my best me then translates into how it affects everyone around me, and how I can then, if I'm feeling this good and if I've been through this and I can overcome it, why can't the other Amy's of the world do the same? So I want you to first and foremost get to know this community. Lean into the community. You've been added to the team page. If you want, you can be a part of our larger organization, the Dream Team. Go into your back office. Go just become a student of Beachbody. Become a student of this community. Dedicate yourself to a program. Commit to a program. We are in the beginning of the month. You have been added to our boot camp. Go all in with a program of your choosing, whether it's MM100 or whatever it may be that suits your lifestyle right now. And just focus on you. Set some goals for yourself and focus on yourself in the next month, okay? Lean into your journey and your personal growth. Like I said, everyone comes into this with different strengths, different weaknesses, different insecurities. So you're going to hear me talk about in a minute the importance of personal development. And you guys, that is a never-ending journey. That is my favorite part of this whole thing, is personal development, because I am constantly uncovering new barriers, new insecurities that I didn't even know I had, or I create new ones because I keep continuing to push my boundaries. And you have to lean into whatever it is that's on your heart, whatever, is most pertinent for you at this specific point in time in your business. And then I want you to start sharing right from the beginning. I want you to start sharing and telling people about what you're doing, about this lifestyle, about these programs about the products and how it's making you feel, how it's changing you from the inside out. I want you to start helping people get started with this. Invite them to do it with you. It's not people always, I know my biggest fear coming into this, one of them was feeling like I was going to sell people. I'm not a saleswoman. I am not, that is not me. And the thing that I quickly had to get over, and it took me a little bit to get over this, was realizing that I'm not selling. I, just like everybody out there pretty much in the world, am just speaking my truth. I'm speaking what my story is and speaking what I'm doing and using my social media as my journal. And I'm letting others know that they can join me. And if my story is attracting others, then they are being attracted to my story for a specific reason. It's speaking to them in some way. It's connecting with them in some way. So who am I to not reach out to that person and ask them, hey, can I help you? Hey, do you be interested in learning more about what I'm doing? Do you suffer with this too? Like, do you struggle with, body dysmorphia? Do you struggle with, this, that, and the other thing, whatever it is that's pertinent to your story, whatever it is about your story that you're sharing, it's up to you to have the courage to reach out and ask that person if they need anything, if they want anything. Tell these people, and yeah, you need to tell these people so you can share this with others so that they in turn can maybe pass it along to them. We are the sum of the people that we surround ourselves with. So imagine if you start this and you start becoming your best self, and you start, Susie Q that you work with at work starts asking you, like, Amy, like, you look amazing. Like, you're so much more positive lately. Like, like, what are you doing? Or not, even if she doesn't have the courage to come out and say that to you, she's going to be impacted. Her day is going to be better because you are happier. Her outlook of going to work might completely shift, which is going to make her happier when she goes home. You see, it's a ripple effect. It is not just about you. It is about how you being your best self then affects the whole entire world around you. Okay, so helping others so that way that they can go help other people as well. That's how you're going to start building a team, by simply leading from the front and just sharing your journey and having courage to start this, the ripple effect. You're going to then inspire others that lives that you're changing to then go do the same for somebody else. Okay, you have to help yourself first before you can help others. So that's why you will always come first. So throughout this process, like I said, you are always going to be a certain level of overwhelmed. Okay, you are never going to know everything. You are never going to understand everything. You're not going to even get off this call and really probably understand, most of what I said. Okay, that's okay. It's not about coming into this and being an expert. It's about coming in right where you're at and being willing to learn and just keep taking one step forward every single day. Okay, so if you don't know something, use your resources. Use what freaking Rachel Hollis, preaches every damn day. She didn't have a freaking, college degree. She just had a high school diploma and a Google search bar. Okay, so use your Coach Online Office. Within there is all the information. Like, I don't even need to be doing this. All the information is there. So always know, like, be a student. Like I said, be a sponge, be a student. The team pages, we put resources in there for you guys. I guarantee if you go and look in there, we've already uploaded our Google Drives, access to all of, our challenge group guides or, scripts, things like that we have used. If you have any other, want or curious about anything else, ask us. Otherwise, the Coach FIQ and you've got challenge group guides in your Coach Back Online Office. You've got resources about every single program on Beachbody On Demand. You have access to all the recipes and all these things. Like, you have so much. And then, of course, YouTube and Google. You guys, I am watching and learning from top leaders in this company every single day, every single week, because I am a student of YouTube. I go and I search and I am subscribed to their YouTube channels and I watch their team calls every week. You know, any team call that, if whether you are my personally sponsored coach or not, if we are having a team call within the Sweaty Lovely Life organization, or, you know, in the Dream Team or Forever Fit, you know, you hop on that call. If it's something that you like really could use or would learn from, get on that call or watch the recording. Like, this is all for you, okay? Here for you to use, for you to learn from. That is the best way, and the number one way that I have learned and how I have grown my business, was being a student of other top leaders of this company without them ever really even coming into contact, okay? And Googling everything that I didn't understand, right? So other things to be aware of, you know, National Wake Up Calls every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You should be listening to that every single week. Just like I said about team calls, or, you know, watching calls, learn. The National Wake Up Call, when I was working full-time, I rarely ever caught it live. So I would just listen to it on the Beachbody podcast app on my way home from work every single week. Okay, so that way I was staying up to date with what was happening in the company. What, you know, I was listening and learning from other successful coaches in this company, and you know what the power of that, you guys, is that every time you hear someone else's story, you understand that much more how everybody in this business is so different. Everyone's story is different. Okay. But you can pull out the unifying factors too, like proving to yourself that if they can do it, you can do it too. Our team calls are every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make those a priority, you guys. Team calls are not for me. They are for you. They are for us to get together and bond and learn together as a team. I do my best to bring you the best information, the things that I feel like you need or really helps me or are helping me in my business, as well as things that are relative and going on within the company at this current time. So make those a priority as best as you can. I know for me, when I was working day night still, I made sure that I wasn't working on Mondays. You know, I created my schedule, and it was a sacrifice that I started to make, making sure that I cleared Monday nights. You know, with my husband, I made sure he knows every Monday night I have team call. It's just a fact. It's a thing that, you know, I put it out there. I made it a priority, and now it is a priority within our household. You know, our Beachbody Champions page is a huge resource, you guys. There is a whole new coach training within that Beachbody Champions page, that is content from every top leader within this company, ranging from every single specific topic that you could ever need. So again, information overload, but know that those resources are there. So if you have struggling with inviting, or you're struggling with your social media, or you're struggling with challenge groups, or you're struggling with, you know, just anything, you know, all those topics are there within that page. So go check it out. And that's what I do anytime I'm feeling stuck, or if I'm really just needing some inspiration, I go check it out there. And then Beachbody 401 page is where the National Wake Up Call plays live every week. Hold on one second. Dog mom life, right? Okay. All right, Team Beachbody 401 page. So just make sure that you are a member of that page as well, so that way you can get notifications, and they go live in there oftentimes with super trainers and things like that. So just make sure you join that page. And then, all right, so this is what I was talking about before, about getting into the importance of personal development and the 4 vital behaviors. All right, so number 1 is focusing on you, right? Your journey. Making sure you're pressing play every day on a program, making sure you're drinking your superfoods, making sure you're following a nutrition plan, whether that's 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix, or if you're following the meal plan that goes along with the actual program, or, you know, whatever your specific dietary needs are, that are working for you, making sure that you're staying consistent and eating the healthier foods more than you're eating we all know that this is the beautiful thing about Beachbody is that it is not a restrictive, mindset. It is a holistic mindset. I love the power that the nutrition plans have given me with giving me the knowledge I needed to learn how to fuel my body. With that said, everyone's different. So whatever works for you, do what's working for you. Same thing with your PD, making sure you're doing that every single day. You guys, you should be getting in, as much PD as possible every single freaking day. They say a minimum of 10 minutes, but I challenge you to, honestly, every spare moment that you can possibly absorb it. I crave it. Listen to it. So in the morning, I like to read a book, and then on my way to work, I listen to a podcast or I listen to a call. And then on my way home, same thing. I'm listening to a book. I'm listening to a podcast. And then in the evening when I'm, washing dishes, or I am, just around the house all by myself, or even if someone's around, I will be playing something or have my earbuds in. So just absorb it, you guys. It's just like with your workouts and, feeling your body, you have to feel your mind. Honestly, the make and break of what keeps me going through the awkward times, the hard times, the discomfort times of growth, of growing through my own journey, of going through this business, of going through life, honestly, is personal development. So making sure you're doing it. And then sharing your life, right? So we talked about it before. You showing up and sharing right from the beginning, wherever you're at, all throughout your journey from this day forward, that is what is going to connect you with your tribe, okay? That is how you are going to connect, is by showing up and sharing your mess, right? The best thing I ever heard was, the advice I heard was just share your mess, like share your weirdness, share your wins, share your victories, share your losses, share, you don't have to go into so much detail. You can share as much as you feel comfortable with, but I promise you, like, the more you give, the more you're going to get back. And it's also going to just be really therapeutic for you. The more that you lean in, the more it's going to release the pressure off of you to feel the need to be something else that you're not, because you're being so authentic. You're being your true self. So it's really going to make inviting easier for you. It's going to make your conversations flow that much easier, because you're already showing people what you're about. You're already showing them who you are and, what you have to invite to, and you're talking about it, you're excited about it, you're sharing about it. So that way, when you reach out to somebody, you don't have to explain, because you're already doing the background work of just sharing your journey. So there's really no gray area. There's no ickiness to that, because they're watching for a reason. They are in your restaurant, okay? So I want you to think of yourself as a waitress and your social media as your restaurant. People are in your restaurant, on your stories, watching on your posts, commenting, following you. They're in your restaurant. So those are people are fair game, all right? Those are people that you need to reach out to. That is your responsibility as the waitress, to reach out to any customer that comes into that restaurant, to make sure that they have a menu, that they know that you have something to offer, you have specials going on, and that you follow up with them if they don't know what they want to order yet, or if they're not sure what they want yet, right? Or if they have questions, like, you follow up with those people. So think of yourself as the freaking best waitress there ever was in the freaking world, okay? All right, we already talked about personal development, but that is in and of itself one of the new 4 vital behaviors. So just to emphasize again how freaking important it is. And then recognition. So as coaches, you're not meant to be, there's no requirement for being a coach, because you being where you're at all throughout your journey is what's going to make you an amazing coach. All right. So if my biggest regret is that I didn't start coaching like right from the very beginning, because I didn't think I was qualified. Right. But the thing is, you guys, is that even me coming in at that point, I think of how many people I could have related to, just being me, going along with it with them, learning alongside them, because I'm still doing that to this day. The only difference is that maybe I'm in chapter 10 and you're in chapter 5, or you're in chapter 1, right? But I'm still learning. I'm still fumbling myself way forward. I still don't have all the answers, and I never will, right? Like I'm still, going through my own, fitness journey and my wellness journey. Like I am constantly learning with you, alongside you. So the best thing that I can do is just continue to show up and celebrate your wins, support you, and cheer you on. And we can cheer each other on. So recognition really comes down to just showing up in your challenge group, whether you have one person in that challenge group or 10 or 20 or whatever, showing up and recognizing every single person for the fact that they showed up, following up with them, being, that support for them. And again, you don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be willing to listen and being there for them. Okay. That's why they joined you, is because they just wanted to be around you, right? They just wanted to be doing this with you. You don't have to give them, some insurmountable amount of knowledge or experience or anything like that. They just want you, as Susie or Sally or whatever your name is, like they just want your support. So give them your support in your way, right? So some other ways I like to do this is I like to shout people out, on my stories. Like I like to shout people, taking snippets from our challenge group, covering up the name and sharing like what they said or shared in the boot camp that day. Shouting them out without really like putting them out there. If with permission, I like to do Recognize Transformation Tuesdays, and you don't have to do any of that yet. You're not, at this point, but like just honestly, just reaching out and letting someone say, "Hey, I know you worked really hard this week. I know you had a lot going on. Like you're killing it. Like you're amazing." Doing stuff like that is really going to go a long way, and it's going to assure that your people continue to keep going, get their results, and so that way they can spread that gift to other people, right? So that way they feel inspired, they feel good, and then they want to pay that forward. So your first goal as a new coach, honestly, your goal as a coach, period, is to help at least 3 people get started on their fitness journey every single month. So I say at least because 3 is really honestly the bare minimum. Like Beachbody gives us this benchmark, but this isn't like the benchmark that I set for myself. My benchmark is at least 5 people a month. Okay, so that means that you need to be reaching out to people. Sadie. No. Man, she is a devil. So getting them started with Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology or the Performance Sign, that is going to earn you 2 Success Club points. So when I say Shakeology and Performance Sign, a home direct order of 90 PV. So a month's supply of Shakeology is 90 PV. The pre and post workout stack, that is 90 PV. So basically getting someone set up with anything that totals of 90 PV. 3 Beach Bar boxes equals 90 PV. That is going to earn you 2 Success Club points. Okay. So however, I don't want you to really focus. Something that I try to do is I really, strongly encourage you to meet people where they're at. If they're not ready to get started with a challenge pack, challenge pack is really honestly the silver platter of this business. It gives people the workouts, it gives people the access to nutrition, our superfoods. Obviously we love that. And then it gets, obviously brings them into our community. But sometimes people aren't going to be ready for that, financially. And in this season of your business, I want you to just focus on following up with those people. Not immediately jumping to just Beachbody On Demand. I want you to lead with the challenge pack. And then if they absolutely can't afford that, then go to Beachbody On Demand, getting their foot in the door, but then making sure that you follow up and check in with them and let them, and to get them set up with Shakeology, or trying Shakeology or the Performance Line within that next month. And a great way to do this is to send them a sample, right? And they're going to see people, if you're drinking your shake, if you're drinking the pre-workout, and you're inviting them into our boot camp where other people are as well, it's going to create, they're going to start being curious anyway. And so that's a great way to just sort of increase that curiosity. So Success Club really truly is your benchmark of moving your business forward, that's what's going to assure that you're getting your superfoods paid for every month. And that is at least helping 3 people get set up with that challenge pack, Beach by On Demand, and Shakeology or Performance Line, or with any 90 PV or higher order on Home Direct, okay? So achieving Success Club is, in your first 3 months, is the benchmark that I really want you to strive for, because that is going to earn you what's called Success Starter. So with Success Starter, you're not only going to earn a bonus, but you also earn a free ticket to Summit, which is our annual coaching conference that's every summer. It is actually coming up next week, so you will see a bunch of us going on that next week. So you will earn your free ticket to that, and then you will also earn our team 25 elite points, okay? So that is huge. This is totally and completely a team effort. Elite is not possible without all of us showing up and going out there and changing lives. We cannot be an elite team on our own. We have to band together and change as many lives as we possibly can. And so that would be you helping our team to basically push for elite this year. So huge incentive in reasonings why Success Club or Success Starter is such a big deal. And this is something that I didn't quite know and wasn't available to me when I joined. So I really just want you to put that on your goal board and know that it's possible, and just make it a non-negotiable to shoot for Success Starter your first 3 months, okay? And don't overcomplicate it. Like I said, just start sharing. Go out and tell your friends and your family and your coworkers like you would, about a concert or your favorite, whatever coming to town, like a favorite restaurant you want to go check out. Like, text them right now, share them a screenshot of my results or somebody else's results on our team. Let them know that you just joined this or what program you're starting, how excited you are about it, and ask them to do it with you to hold you more accountable. Like, that is it. Don't overcomplicate, you guys. Just share your excitement, share your joy, share what it may be little subtle changes you're already feeling and that are really getting you gung-ho and excited about keeping going. Talk about our community, like talk about whatever it is that speaks to your heart, okay? Because that's what's going to get them excited. All right, we talked about Success Club. So your step 1 is we talked about you committing to a program, but then I want you to pick a start date, like officially, like pick a start date. And I want you to commit to a boot camp, whether that's you are in our boot camp, my boot camp, or if you go out and you start your own, if you already have a couple people that are ready to join and hop on. Because that's what's going to honestly fuel your fire, because like I said, it's always going to be about you. So number 1, you need to commit to your own journey. And so showing up in the boot camp is going to just hold you more accountable, but then it's also going to show others that you are serious. It's going to show me that you are taking this seriously, that you're taking your own journey seriously, and that you are taking this business seriously. And it's just going to get you in the rhythm of showing up, of, adding that one extra habit a day of checking in and, just being having that extra discipline and that extra accountability. So Success Club is 3 lives changed every month. We talked about that. All right, we talked about all of this. Oh, Daily Sunshine is, the kids' version, basically, of Shakeology. I believe it just has an extra serving of veggies, and it doesn't have some of the ingredients that Shakeology has, so it makes it more kid-friendly, because obviously they don't need all of the nutrients that we as adults need. So if you are anybody that has kids, Daily Sunshine is another great thing to keep in mind if you are opening up a second business center, which we're going to talk about, to have that, order that instead of more Shakeology or Performance Line if you already have that going. All right, so I want to share this quote really quick of when we show up to do what we think we can't do and we reach out to those who we don't understand, everything changes. So let me read that again because I didn't really read it well. When we show up to do what we think we can't do and reach out to those who we don't understand, everything changes. So this is a quote from Jordan Dooley, Own Your Everyday, and I'm obsessed with this book. But everything she shares speaks to me and reminds me of this business in so many ways, because all this business is all the beauty, these programs like changed my health and they changed like the way that I feel about myself and all of these things. But coaching has changed my life because it consistently has caused me to step outside my comfort zone over and over and over again. Every single day can tell you that I show up and I do something that I don't necessarily think that I could do. Going to Summit is something that I, have been scared to do for so long. Because it's so outside my comfort zone. Going to my leadership conference in LA was so outside my comfort zone. I never expected to have the opportunity to have come my way because of my willingness to take that first step outside my comfort zone and to continue to take steps every day thereafter. And just thinking of the lives that I've changed because of that. If I hadn't had the courage to reach out to, any of you, you wouldn't be here. If I didn't have the courage to follow up, if I didn't have the courage to show up and post every day, I wouldn't have changed the lives that I have changed at this point. And so I want you to keep that in mind. So your first invites, all right, you guys, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. There's a lot on here, but what I want you to focus on is reaching out to at least 10 to 15 people a day. All right. So wherever you're at with your social media, don't overthink it. Don't stress about it. 10 to 15 people, whether they're on your Facebook or your Instagram, or whether it's in person or in your workplace or whatever. Start engaging and talking to at least 10 people a day, 15 people a day, especially if you are sharing right out the gate, which I hope you are. You've already had shared your coming out posts. You've let people know that you're starting a new program, that you are starting on this journey. Then you need to reach out to every single person that liked or commented on that post. Right there are people that could you could invite to for the next day or two, whatever. You're not reaching out to close people. Every invite, every reach out is a seed planted. It's something that you're going to have think of yourself as a farmer. So we talked about restaurants, now we're going to farming. Think about yourself as a farmer. Every seed, we have to sow your oats, right? You can't a farmer plants seeds. The plant doesn't grow like that, right? You have to water it, and then you have to let it sit. And then you have to water it some more. And then maybe you have to fertilize it. And then all this other stuff before it finally grows, right? So you reaching out to somebody, it's very rare that somebody's just going to say yes right off the bat. They have to watch you. They have to feel, you have to increase that connective tissue, which comes from you showing up on your stories and showing up on your feed every day and sharing little bits and pieces about yourself and your story so that they can connect and see themselves in your story. If they are your people. And that's what's going the next time that you follow up with them, not next month, if they said no the first time, or, in a couple weeks or a week, they are going to rethink. They might say yes in that time because they've watched you. They are beginning to trust you, and they start to see themselves in your story, right? In your lifestyle. They can start to picture themselves doing what you're doing because you're showing them how you're doing it. So just know that you're not reaching out to people to close people. Think about the restaurant. It is your job to reach out to the people in your restaurant, to ask them if they need anything, to ask them if they would like more information, to ask them if they would like to join you, because it would be rude, quite frankly, and you would go out of business if you didn't, right? So be brief, be excited, and just end every conversation with a, does that sound like something you'd be interested in? Or does that sound good to you? Would you like more information? That's what we call a call to action. So end it with a question. You know, find their need before you try and fix their need. So you're asking them, does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And they're either going to give you a yes or a no, or they're not going to say anything at all. And they might read it and not say anything. In that case, that's a follow-up, right? That still counts. I don't ever stop following up with somebody unless they block me, reach out to me nastily and say, stop talking to me, or unfollow me, right? Because I know that I didn't have the courage to reach out to my coach. If she hadn't reached out to me, I never would have reached out to her. And most people are scared. You know, they are scared to reach out to you. So you have to have the courage to follow up. Okay. So asking questions, you know, being curious. If someone says, I think I'm going to pass. Well, I always ask them, oh, okay, girl, no problem. Like, is there any particular reason why? You know, because I want to find out, is it money? Is it timing? Is it, you know, what is it? In the worst case scenario, they just don't tell me. So in that case, again, I'm going to follow up with them. But then maybe if I know what the specific reason is, I can better, like, you know, share, better empathize with them of what, you know, maybe I struggled with money, and maybe because it was money for me that held me back. Then I can speak to that. I can empathize with that. Or there's somebody else in my boot camp or my community that struggled with something similar that they are, and I can share that with them. If you need ideas of, you know, how to reach out to people, I sent some in our new coach email. There are tons of scripts, you know, examples of scripts in our new coach bootcamp page, in our team page. Again, like I said, we have that Google Drive, which has all like it's pretty accurate to what exactly like I do now. I keep it so short and sweet, you guys, like so short and sweet. And, you know, just understand, like, objections are part of the process. Just like I said, success doesn't happen overnight. This, you know, you're going to get objections. It's okay. It's not, you know, it's not up to you. It's not about you. You know, everyone has reasons for wherever they're at in life. Like, I know I said no because I was insecure about my money. It was about money. It wasn't about my coach, you know, otherwise I would have said yes. So it's not about you, and just know that it's not, and that they're just part of the process. And don't be afraid of the costs, you guys. If you're insecure about the cost, then they are going to be insecure about the costs. No, in no way, shape, or form can you get a year access to world-class workout programs like we have, and this incredible superfood shake for $160. I was paying $20 a month for the same workout program over and over and over again. Okay. So just know, like, this is an incredible value, and just never ever be ashamed of that. And don't ever back down from that. Like, if you're confident about the cost, and you share your excitement and of the fact that it was so valuable to you, okay, then they're going to feel confident in that as well. Don't show up and throw up. So basically, don't word vomit on people. Let people, you know, and give them time to answer your questions and follow up forever. All right. All right. Sharing your journey on social media. Okay. Awesome things come from being willing to push past a little awkwardness. All right. That's another quote from Own Your Everyday. So yes, you're a coach, but you're not just a coach, okay? That's not all you are. It isn't who you were, you know, before you said yes to this opportunity. So don't automatically go and start only sharing, you know, all health and wellness type stuff, right? Share your life, share who you are. You just need to sprinkle in the health and wellness now, all right? So share all aspects of your life and journey. Are you married? Are you a dog mom? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you in college? Are you a doctor? Are you like a nurse? Are you, what are you? Like, share bits and pieces about your life like that are pertinent and specific to you, because that's what's going to connect with your people, right? Your feed is your magazine. So your post should be more, how do I say this? Like clean, more, like your stories are going to be like your reality TV show. All right. It's really like, of course you'll have like your workout clips in there, and you'll be sharing how you drinking your pre or whatever, dance, whatever, like you'll be sharing things in your stories about, you can talk about the programs and things like that, like what you're excited about. For the most part though, it's going to be you like living your life, like you in your unshowered hair, hanging out with your dog, or reading, just waking up in the morning, doing, your kids screaming or whatever. Like, show people the real you, show people your real life. But your magazine is like you posting with purpose. Your feed is meant to share a value. So when people go to your feed, just by reading through your posts, they can hear about your story. They can understand, like, that there's maybe you have a boot camp going on. They can see that in there, you talking about it. They can know like what some of your struggles are, what coaching has done for you. They can know about your love of the community, what it is you love about this community, or the friendships you made. Like, it's your magazine. Okay. So your posts on your page are with purpose. So your goal is to stop the scroll. So using a filter. I bought my filter off of Etsy, and I used that filter for a while, and then I actually bought a new filter. Like, I'm constantly, you want to have a unified theme, a uniformed look for your page. So using the same sort of edits really gives that feel. So buying a preset and using Lightroom, that's going to make your pictures more eye-catching, more, making sure you're using the front-facing camera if you have an older iPhone versus like the forward-facing camera. It's the value is in what you're selling. It's you guys. So that's why it's so important for you to just show up and be yourself, because people don't join because you sell Beachbody or the workout programs. They join because it's you. They join because they connect with you and your personality and what you're about and what stage of life you're in or what you do for a living, and like how you talk or whatever. Like, I ask people why they join, like, I guarantee you didn't join me because I just do Beachbody. Like, I guarantee you joined me for some other specific reason. Okay. So your post should be eye-catching, share part of your story, personality, educate, entertain, or inspire. Okay. So use this opportunity to like highlight what it is that is important to you, what's unique about your personality. All right, consistency and patience. Everything about this, you guys, as if you can't already tell, parallels your fitness journey, parallels your business journey. Success doesn't happen overnight. You have to track to see results. So writing down the people that you're reaching out to, who you sent info to, who said not right now, who is maybe another coach or whatever like that. Just like creating a follow-up list throughout the month. So noting who maybe wants you to check back in, or you sent info to. So that way at the end of the month, you can look at those people and that that you can create this massive follow-up list of people that you have to go to check back in with. All right. Success is twofold. You can't do this stuff behind the scenes of inviting if you're not out there on your stories and posting every day and building that trust and that connective tissue. Same thing goes if you can't just post on social media and be on your stories and not ever send an invite. You have to do both consistently every single day. Okay. As soon as you stop, your results in your business are going to stop. And you might not notice it and you might not see it right away. But I learned this from Ed Mylett that you will feel the impact of what you do today within 30 to 90 days. So the way that you ate 3 months from now or ago is what affecting how you are right in this current moment. So the same thing is how you eat right now is what's going to show up for you in 3 months. Okay. So everything has an impact. Everything ripples effects to everything else. So that's why consistency over time is truly the most important thing. In comparison, you guys, is the thief of everything. It's a thief of joy. It's a thief of your ultimate success, because you showing up and just sharing your light and sharing your excitement and sharing who you are authentically is what makes everything easier, is what makes everything flow in this universe. If you are constantly comparing yourself to somebody else and somebody else's success, like I said, they're chapter 10, you're chapter 8. Like, you can't compare, all right? Because there is no comparison. Like I said, everybody in this business, everyone has a different story. Everyone has different strengths and uniques, weaknesses and insecurities and different journeys. So everyone's success is going to look differently. Everyone's timeline is going to be different. So don't compare. And don't overcomplicate it. Stick to your non-negotiables. Those 4 vital behaviors. Do those every day. There's no way that you won't be successful. And this is a quote from Robin Sharma from the 5 a.m. Club. He says, adversity is where heroes come out to play. So when things get tough, or when you are, facing some discomfort or whatever, that's when the heroes step up. That's when the heroes don't back down, all right? And that's where you separate yourself from everybody else. So I want to go over ranks really quickly, but then I want to zoom through the rest of this, okay? So your first goal as a coach, brand new baby coach, this is you. You're an active coach. You came on, you're active with Shakeology, 50 PV or higher. Your goal is to get 2 people underneath you. So 2 people signed up just like you did as a coach, discount coach, active coach, doesn't matter, but getting them signed up with that 25% discount, 2 people underneath you automatically gets you to your first rank of Emerald. So Emerald is a choice, and then we say Diamond is a decision. So basically, to become Diamond, which is then your next goal, most people just bypass Ruby. Your goal is basically just to continue to help people, helping at least 3 people a month or more, right? So by doing that, you're automatically going to push towards this next rank goal. But Diamond really and above is where everything starts to, that's where your income is going to start to increase. That's when you're really building a team. Because here you see, Diamond is you and 2 Emeralds. So basically, once you become Emerald, is recreating 2 of those underneath you with, a total of 4 people on each leg, 2 of them being Emerald. That's 8 coaches, you guys. That is not a lot of people, right? That is not hard. But it just takes consistency. It takes consistency of you showing up, of you inviting, and you hitting that monthly benchmark of 3 people a month of lives changed, right? So some important conferences and retreats coming up. We have Summit July 11th to 14th in Indianapolis. That is next week. Next year, I'm not sure of the dates, but the next Super Saturday, you guys, local events, quarterly events, all events are so important. My first event I went to by myself after being a coach for 6 months because I was too chicken to go to my first one 3 months in by myself. Huge regret. But best decision I ever made was to start going to live events, and even if it was by myself. So next Super Saturday is July 27th through 29th. So they call it Super Weekend. So you pick what you look up wherever you are located. You can look it up where the date and time and who's going to be there, and you can find somebody to go with you. Or if you have coaches that are local and around you, hook up and meet up and go to one that's like somewhere in between. We do that with each other here in Rochester. We've gone all over the state together to different Super Saturdays. And then our team retreat is August 16th through 18th. That is for all Emeralds and above. So if you achieve Emerald, by July 14th, which is our cutoff date, basically summit weekend. Anyone who achieves Emerald by that point and earns Success Hub in July will earn their spot to our retreat in August. Our team calls, we went over this. The Dream Team calls are also on Mondays at 9 p.m. So right after our team calls, that is our upline, Melanie Mitro. She is the CEO of the Dream Team. And we talked about goals. So Emerald is a choice, Diamond's a decision, and then 2-star is the ultimate goal. That's really where you start earning the big bucks, you guys. And so Emerald is something I want you to achieve right out the gate. You can do this by setting up a CBC. So a spouse, parent, grandparent, sibling, you want to put them on your weak leg. If you don't know what that is, I want you to reach out to me and I will go over that with you. Second. So set a date for yourself. Don't let it scare you, you guys. Put it on your calendar when you want to achieve Emerald. If we are in the 3rd day of the month, you're going to want to hit Emerald this week, right? You're going to want to get that your spouse or your parents signed up right there. You could hit Emerald. You want to make sure your spouse or someone who is directly related to you or connected to you, you're going to want them to be on your weak leg. But then a parent is another great person to sign up on that opposite leg. So that way you have control over both legs. So you can potentially create 2 emeralds on your way to diamond as you are building your team and you're continuing to share and connect and add and help people. But like I said, getting yourself to Emerald is going to unlock that team cycle bonus. It's going to start getting you earning. So you're earning your superfoods back every month. And then, setting that date, setting those non-negotiables, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, you guys. That's why I say, don't shoot for 3, shoot for SC10. Don't shoot for SC5, shoot for SC10, because the higher we reach, the higher we're going to land, right? So I always, every month, if I beat my goal of the last month, I set it higher the next month. It's just something I want you to get in the habit of doing right out the gate, because being uncomfortable is the only way we're going to grow, right? So this is my last quote from Robin Sharma, and then I promise I'm done. He said, "Play the long game. You wouldn't be here if you weren't cut from a different cloth. Success takes grit, and the great ones often suffer. We don't grow in the high peaks of sunshine. We grow in the low valleys of confusion. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations over and over will help you develop a peacefulness when faced with discomfort." This is exactly what I was talking about. The more you lean in, the more you get uncomfortable, the more, it's not that it's going to get easier, but you're going to become more at peace with facing it. You're going to have more tools in your toolbox because you've faced it before, so that you know that you can face it again. And it might be a little bit harder this time, and you might have to get a little bit more creative, or you might have to lean in a little bit more and do a little bit more work or whatever. It might be in a different area, but you're going to know that it's just a sign of you growing. It's a sign of you going to that next level. Like he says, we don't grow in the sunshine. You grow in those low valleys that get you to that next peak of sunshine. And then you're going to go through another low valley on your next peak of sunshine. And it's over and over and over. So that's how you know that you're on the right track. All right, last thing before I end for the night is the more that you press into serving others and building meaningful relationships, the less you'll feel the need to prove yourself to people whose opinions don't really matter. So long story short is focus on yourself, and everything is going to fall into place. Okay, focus on you, focus on sharing your authentic self. And the more that you do that, and the more you just focus on helping other people through your story, by loving them, by showing them love and grace and just kindness, the more you're not going to care what other people think, because you are doing and serving your greater purpose. You're discovering your greater purpose. on this planet by answering this calling that got you on this call, that got you on this team, that got you, you're interested in coaching because you are made for more, right? And you are answering that right here and right now. But the next step is to continue to walk towards it and to never give up. Okay? All right. So thank you so much. And I hope this was helpful. I know it was a lot of information. Like I said, overwhelm is normal. Overwhelm is okay. But I hope this helped you. And I can't wait to crush some goals together. So I'll talk to you later.